Hi everyone, this is Nikki, the Van Mystic, and today I'm here to do a little reading for all of you. This is a pick a card reading or pick a pile reading, and it is going to focus on moving past a block or a challenge in your life. So if you're here, you have a challenge or a block that you are struggling to identify or get past, you are in the right place. Welcome, you're here for a reason, and there's a message in this reading for you. So, like I said, we've got 3 piles to choose from in front of me. I am going to turn the camera around and give you a chance to look at each pile, choose the one or the ones that you feel the most drawn to. Then I'm gonna flip the camera back around and I'm going to reveal your guidance, okay? Your block and how to get past your block. So with all of that said, and I hope that's clear and covers everything, please subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're here and like this video if you enjoyed your reading, okay? So here we go. Okay, time for the reveal. So I'm going to start with pile number 1. However, there are timestamps in the description box below, so you can skip to your card if you'd like to do that, okay? So you can get right to your message and you don't have to spend time fast forwarding everywhere, all right? So we're starting with number 1. I have 2 cards here in pile number 1. As you know, this is a card to represent your block right now, okay? So we've got the Death card, yay! And a card to represent your best way past this block. We have the Inner Strength card from the Wisdom of the Four Winds Oracle, a beautiful deck, and I'm sorry about the glare. Okay, so death as your block lets me know that you are not able to let something go right now. There is something either within your process or this entire thing altogether that you're focusing on that is trying to die, to shed, to end in some way, okay? And you're resisting that ending. You are trying to cling to it, revive it, right? Resuscitate it, probably because you've been doing things in a certain way for a long time, perhaps, and the idea of change or letting go is uncomfortable for you, right? Maybe you continuously try to do things in the same way that you've been doing them and it's no longer working, and that is because the universe is trying to get you to shift and trying to get you to take a different path. So this doesn't mean to give up on what you're doing exactly, although it could, and if you feel like you have that knowing within yourself that you are meant to stop and maybe move on and start out on a new path of some kind, this is your guidance and your message to trust your intuition and to do that, okay? But if this isn't about scrapping whatever it is altogether, this could really be about being okay with revamping your process in some way and recognizing that certain things that you're doing need to change, even if it requires you to grow and learn new things, which is hard. So it's very, very clear. Your block is death, okay? So you're clinging to something that's trying to die, trying to bring it back to life, and it can't, okay? Death is a natural process and you need to let it fall away. And once you let this natural process occur, let these things fall away, you can start to create again, okay? And things will start to grow again. You can introduce new ideas. You can introduce a new direction, a new path, a new way of doing things. And with Inner Strength, you know, we are being told that you have what it takes to do that. So if you are afraid of letting go, if you're afraid of change, if you are afraid of letting something die, whether it be this whole thing, like I said, or whether it be a piece of your process, it's okay to be afraid, but you have what it takes, okay? So don't let your fear stand in the way of this change that's trying to happen, because essentially this change is, right, death is a natural part of every cycle, so this change is going to happen regardless. So either you can hold on and drag with it, right, or you can let it go and let it happen with ease and you can redirect your energy in towards something else that really has a chance to grow and to live. Okay, so don't be afraid to let go right now. Don't be afraid of change right now. Know that you are guided, you are supportive, you supported, and you have the strength to get through this, to learn new things, to grow new things, to make changes and to shift. Okay, so don't let your fear of change or your fear of letting go get in the way from the growth that is trying to happen here. Okay, so stop trying to, for some of you, stop trying to continue to do things in the same old way. Okay, stop trying to keep approaching certain things with an old mindset. Okay, your spirit and yourself, it's trying to grow and it's trying to expand, and you're limiting that growth by continuously trying to incorporate old lessons or old learnings. Okay, it's time for a new lesson, time for a new learning, time for some new skill building and growth. Okay, so let it happen. Let it happen. And once you kind of surrender to this process, things will start to break open and move more easily for you. And like I said, inner strength, you have what it takes to get through this. Absolutely. So have no fear, okay? Even when things feel a little uncertain or a little hard, everything is going to work out. Okay? Okay, great. So, deep breath in between readings. Okay, so next we are moving on to pile number 2. Pile number 2. So if you chose pile number 2, we've got the Ace of Cups, and we have got Owl Insight. Sorry about the glare. Here, you can see a little better back here. Okie dokie. So here's what me thinks. The Ace of Cups in the position of your block, it makes me think that you are not inviting in or opening yourself up to divine guidance in some way, okay? So it's as if the universe is trying to pull you in a certain direction, either through gifting you with inspiration or gifting you with some sort of idea of some kind, but you're kind of like pushing it off. Maybe because it makes you uncomfortable, or because it's different, or it's a change for you. I'm not sure. So for some of you, that's what's happening. It's like your guides are like poking at you, right? Your guides are like, hey, here's this thing that you could do, or here's this path that you could take, or here's this person you could meet. And you're like, no, leave me alone. I want to do this by myself, Mom, right? So it's something that feels a little bit like that, okay? And then I feel for some of you a message coming through about you're not allowing this to be an enjoyable process. Like, you're not letting joy lead you in this process. And you really need to let yourself have more fun and let yourself be led by your heart more instead of being led by your head. So I feel that some of you are kind of stuck in this logic place and in this place of responsibility and duty, and you really need to shift things from the mind into the heart. Because the mind is sort of leading you astray. It's taking you off of your divine path and away from your true purpose, and sort of like your soul's path, right? And so you keep maybe running into roadblocks or speed bumps, and you're like, why? I'm doing everything right. What's going on? You might be doing everything right on paper, but it doesn't mean it's right for you. It doesn't mean it's right for your soul. It doesn't mean it's right for your heart. So you need to start following your heart more, some of you, and allow yourself to be led by joy. This process is supposed to be fun, okay? And so if you're not allowing yourself to let joy in and let fun in and let this be like a pleasurable experience, then what are you doing, right? So let your heart be your leader right now, okay? And you're way past this owl insight. I sort of started already incorporating some of those messages, but really lean into the divine guidance of the universe. So if you don't have a meditation practice, start to develop one, okay? Or prayers, something like that that you can do every day, a way of connecting with your guides, a way of connecting with your higher self, with source, whatever it is that you pray to or you connect to. into. Everyone is different. Everyone has something different, right? But it's just important for you right now to be connected to that so that you can get messages about your soul's path, and you can get out of that headspace, and you can get a little bit more into doing what is best for your spirit versus doing what's best, say, for your ego, or what's best for everyone else around you, right? What's really not best for you, what's best for kind of like, maybe you're trying to fulfill other people's expectations, consciously, subconsciously, whether those people are alive in the present or from the past. You know, you might be doing things just sort of for the wrong reasons, you know, maybe not entirely for yourself. So anyway, make time to connect with your guides, with source, and allow that guidance to come through so that you can hear it clearly and feel it clearly and start to follow it a bit more instead of following logic overly. And that's really going to help you to open up your heart, and start to follow and be guided by your heart, okay? So make sure you develop some kind of meditation practice, maybe even if it's just like a walk in nature every day, you do a little talking with the trees, you know, I don't know, whatever you're into, with the birds maybe. Open yourself up to nature and to your divine connection, right? And that doesn't have to mean that you're sitting in prayer, or channeling, you know, information from your guides into a journal or something like that, which some of you will. Sometimes it just means connecting with nature and, you know, remembering what it feels like to be connected to everything around you and to the divine, okay? So something that will remind you of that connection and allow that guidance to flow through from your spirit, and kind of get you out of your headspace so that you can make some space for that heart, that good heart stuff, right? Okay, so that's it for number 2, and we're moving on to number 3. Okay, so if you chose pile number 3, here are your cards today, and here's your guidance today. So in the position of your block or your challenge, we have the Queen of Cups, okay? And in the position of the best way past that challenge, we have the Water Cleansing card. I'm sorry about my glare, so hopefully you can see them back here. Okay, so what a beautiful pairing, right? Very watery cards, all about the emotional body. So in the position of your block with the Queen of Cups, this tells me a couple of things depending on who you are. So a couple of messages coming through. One is that you may be allowing your emotions to cloud your judgment right now and really just entirely take over whatever is going on. And that's holding you back from moving forward in some way. So there's a need to balance your emotions out with logic. And of course, with the cleansing card, there's a need to cleanse your emotional body and clear out some of that density or negativity that you're holding on to, okay? So you may have just kind of allowed a lot of emotions to build up inside of you, for example, and you just haven't really gotten them out. So it's time to let them out in some way or another, okay? So this could look like a few different things depending on you and how you like to kind of clear your emotions. Maybe you do some journaling and you just kind of allow everything to spill out onto the page. Maybe you have a therapist or a close friend or mentor or trusted person that you can speak to and you can really express your true feelings, because there's just a chance that some of you haven't been able to really express some of this, and so it's kind of just gotten twisted and warped within you in some way, and it's been clouding the reality that's laid out in front of you, right? So cleansing. So oh, what do I want to say before I keep going on this? Okay, so before I keep going on about different ways that you can cleanse your emotional or your energetic body, I also want to say that the emotions for some of you may not be coming from you, okay? The Queen of Cups is incredibly intuitive, empathic, and sensitive person, which I'm sure a lot of you that are watching this are, right? So it's very possible that you have absorbed a lot of negativity or dense emotions from other people or other situations, maybe even environments that like held old density from people and experiences that had passed through at another time, right? So you're absorbing things all the time. And whatever it may be, whatever you may be holding on to that is causing your emotions to sort of take over, it may not entirely belong to you. So that is really something to keep in mind, that this is a call for some of you to work on your watery boundaries, right? To work on strengthening your boundaries. And one of the ways that you can do that is through adopting a regular cleansing and clearing process, and making sure that you are being very intentional about setting up boundaries for yourself, both sort of verbal boundaries, right? But also energetic boundaries. So anyway, back to different ways of cleansing and protecting, right? So you can either, I'm sure you have some ideas too, okay? So you know what's best for you, but there's lots of different things. So you can journal, just to release, right? So journaling, talking to somebody. When it comes to cleansing, you could take a salt bath. You could have an energy session done, right? Like a Reiki session, an energy healing session done to help you. That's not super sustainable for everybody. So perhaps you get a selenite to help you to cleanse yourself, a selenite wand that you could run all across your body every day at the end of the day, right? Did I say Epsom salt baths? If you don't have a bath, you could use a salt scrub of some kind, right? Sound healing, some simple sound healing that you could do yourself at the end of each day. You could even listen to a track of some kind. I also feel that because water is coming through here so heavily, teaming up or allying with the element of water and asking it to help you to cleanse your emotional body, right? That could really be nourishing and clearing for a lot of you. So if you could actually swim in water, some of you, that could help you to clear, or maybe even just listen to the sounds of water, that could help you to clear. So many things that you can do. For protection, wear black stones, right? For cleansing and protection, I have a black stone on today. Black tourmaline is such a great one. There's just so many possibilities, but the main thing is for you to be aware of when your emotions start to take over your judgment of certain situations, right? And start to cloud that judgment and skew your judgment and make things seem like something that they are not, right? So be really aware of and be really intentional about your emotional body and the level that it's at right now and how it may be hindering your forward movement, okay? So adopt that cleansing and that protection practice in whatever way that looks like for you, okay? So I hope some of those things help you, and you are gonna be fine, all right? So I hope you have a beautiful day, everyone. That's all I have for my messages, and I hope this helps a lot of you to get past your blockages or your challenges right now. And like I said before, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you love this video, please like it below. And you can book a reading with me, a private reading on my website, thevanmystic.com. Follow me on Instagram at thevanmystic, and I think that covers everything. Okay, so have a beautiful day. Bye.